All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Sportsology.com's coverage of the 2025 Hockey Hall of Fame New York State induction ceremony. Here I am with inductee to be Bruce Bennett, who is going to be giving his speech in just about a couple of hours. Bruce, as many of you may or may not know, is the longtime photographer for Getty Images, doing all sorts of wonderful photography. Bruce, congratulations, and how does it feel to now say Bruce Bennett, Hall of Famer?
It's great. I think I'm going to have that added to my business card. I'm going to be handing that out a lot more frequently than I have in the past.
So now we all know that players, what they do in order to get into the Hall of Fame, we know what broadcasters do to get into the Hall of Fame, executives, but photographers, maybe sometimes get overlooked a little bit. Why? Obviously you're great at what you do. There's no one who does better photography than you. What makes a Hall of Fame photographer?
Oh man, dedication, doing your homework, knowing what to shoot, where to stand, what remote cameras to put up. It's experience. It's really instinct, anticipation, and experience all go into that final product of being able to be successful covering hockey because it's so unpredictable.
Now, with that unpredictability, you've been very innovative throughout your career between putting camera shots behind the net, putting them up above. After it's not just a typical camera well from the side angle. So, talk to us. How did you come up with doing some of those maybe off-angle decisions?
Yeah, it grew over time, and I realized that when you're watching a hockey game and you look at the video angles, they've got 16 cameras covering everything. They don't miss anything. But when I go to a game and it's just one camera, I'm always susceptible. So I started looking for insurance, an insurance policy that says if a player scores and he goes into the other corner, will I have coverage? So when I'm working alone and I don't have multiple photographers with me, like at a Stanley Cup final, game in, game out, we'll put a camera in net, we'll put a camera in the rafters, just to enhance the amount of images and the different images, but also as an insurance. So if something important or historic happens, I have a better chance of capturing it.
And in regards to capturing those historic and wonderful photos throughout, we're sure you have to have a favorite or a few favorites. We know you've told stories about having a favorite with Wayne Gretzky. Just what is some one or two of those favorite photos that you've taken?
Yeah, the historic one with Gretzky was big because it's black and white, and it really shows, I guess, how far back I started from my starting days in hockey. But every year my top 10 changes because every year there's usually one or two that push the earlier ones out. I'll go through the archives looking for something, and I'll see a photo and pretty much say, why isn't this one of my best photos? So like for instance, this year, Ovechkin scores, turns, comes straight to me. All of a sudden that became a new top 10.
That's a great photo of Ovechkin. You can see the similarity. Gretzky, Ovechkin, you like your goal scorers. Now, your last question, because we don't want to take you away from your family too long on this wondrous day that is about you and your inductees. When it comes to the advent of digital and all the new technology, when you started, and we're not going to say the exact year because you probably wouldn't be too happy with that, but the print, developing film versus digital, which way do you prefer for taking your photos?
Oh, this is great. I mean, what I like to say is now you instantly know you screwed up and missed the shot. In the old days, you had to soup the film or send it out to be processed, and you'd find out 3 days later that you screwed up. Now you know instantly that you missed it.
Well, you don't screw up all that often. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a very open, honest, and chuckleful interview with New York State Hockey Hall of Fame class of 2025 inductee Bruce Bennett. We'll be back with more interviews from today's event shortly.